Hello everybody, today back again with another video. Oh yeah guys, we have had the dream final that we all was hoping for, that we all was anticipating for. We have had the final. We are having the final, I should say, not we have had. We are having the final tomorrow, a blockbuster one, a 56th clash between these two giants, between these two goats. Mouth-watering things ahead of us. Mouth-watering things, guys. The 56th clash is ahead of us. And the clash I'm talking about is, of course, between Rafael Nadal, the greatest clay court player of all time, versus Novak Djokovic, in my opinion, the most complete tennis player of all time. That is my opinion. You don't need to agree, guys. I have my opinion, alright? Don't jump on the comment section and say, no, Djokovic is not that, Djokovic is not this. Djokovic, to me, is the most complete tennis player that I have ever seen. They are going toe-to-toe against each other tomorrow, guys. A clash of titans is ahead of us, guys. And I know, guys, you want to see a preview. I know that, guys, I can feel it. And you know what? I will deliver it. I will deliver a preview. I will give it to you guys. Yeah, I know that you want to hear my thoughts. I know that you want to hear my thoughts, and I will give it to you guys. I will give it. I am so excited for this final tomorrow. Oh, I'm feeling like a little child in a candy store. But before I go to that final preview of the Rome Final 2021, what I believe will happen, let's talk about the semifinals first. Like I usually do, Rafa Nadal didn't have any troubles against Rafael Opelka, 6-4, 6-4, straight sets victory. It was like I expected. Rafael Opelka, it was his first semifinal in the Master 1000 event. To be quite honest, I am surprised that Rafael Opelka was in the semi-final in the Masters event to begin with, because let's face it, he more or less has only his biggest strength is his serve. I swear that to you guys, it is only his serve, nothing more. He doesn't have a great backhand. He has pretty horrible returns. He's not the greatest mover on the tour because he's so tall, and his forehand is pretty good, but it is not a shot that you can trust on. His forehand is up and down, but he does the biggest damage with his serve and then with his forehand immediately, and he can be good at the net as well, time to times. But you don't beat Rafa Nadal only with a serve and only with a decent forehand. You absolutely don't beat him, especially not on clay, because Rafael Opelka is just a worse version of John Isner, guys. That is what all about what Rafael Opelka is. He's a worse version of John Isner. John Isner has a better serve and a better forehand. There you have it, guys. Rafael Opelka he's a tennis player similar to John Isner. He's big like John Isner, he serves good like John Isner, he hits his forehand good like John Isner, but John Isner does these things better than Rafael Opelka, and Rafael Opelka, that makes him a worse version of John Isner. So I knew he would not stand a chance against Rafa Nadal, and he never had. Rafa Nadal was in trouble only one time in this match, and that was in the beginning of the first set, in the third or fourth game, something like that in the first set, where Rafael Opelka had 4 break punch opportunities. He didn't convert in any of them, and then Rafa braked his serve for the first time in that first set. When Rafa saved his serve first, when Rafa saved 4 break punch opportunities against him, and then immediately braked his serve, and then after that he won that first set 6-4. The same scenario was in the second set. Rafael Opelka, in the second set, Rafael Opelka didn't see any break punch opportunities in Rafa's serve. Rafa was holding serve pretty comfortably because Rafael Opelka isn't the best returner in the game. He's even worse returner than Matteo Berrettini, and that says a lot if you're a worse returner than Matteo Berrettini. So Rafa was holding serve pretty comfortably in the second set, and break Rafael Pelka's serve for the second time in the match, and that was in the second set, and he won the second set 6-4 as well. One break for Rafa first set, one break for Rafa second set, 6-4, 6-4, boom. The match was over after 90 minutes, 1 hour and a half. Rafa was decent, he played a decent match, he was never tested. Rafael Pelka cannot test Rafa. Rafael Pelka's chance was to win points when the rallies was short, 1 to 4 shots, and it was there Rafael Pelka won the majority of the points in the short rallies, because when the rallies was over 4 shots, he didn't stand a chance. Especially the 5 to 8 rally battle, the 5 to 8 shots, Rafael Pelka actually didn't stand a chance. Rafael Nadal was superior there. But in the short rally battle, Rafael Pelka gave Rafa, he challenged Rafa, because Rafa didn't win more points than Rafael Pelka in the short rally battle, actually, 1 to 4 shots. And in the longest rally, over 9 shots, Rafael Pelka also won more points than Rafael Nadal, which was a surprise there. But the biggest damage were in the middle rallies, 5 to 8 shots. It was in that department where Rafa was much better than Rafael Pelka. Rafael Nadal, he served good. Rafa actually served really good the last 2 matches, both in the quarterfinals, 72% first serves in against Zverev, and now he landed 75% first serves in against Rafael Pelka. So Rafa, he served good, did 5 aces, 1 double fault, 13 winners, 10 unforced errors. He never was in trouble. Won 84% behind first serves, Rafa Nadal, and won 57% behind the second serves. So all in all, Rafa wins 63 points, Rafael Pelka wins 55 points, so Rafa wins 8 more points than Rafael Pelka in the total. Rafa was never in trouble in this match. Now we go into the second semi-final of the day. That was a more excited one to follow. That was a more close one to follow. That was a more excited semi-final to watch, to say the least, which I actually expected. I expected that Lorenzo Sonego would give Novak Djokovic a run for his money, because Sonego, has been in shape of his life. He has, exactly like Rafael Pelka, also been playing his first ever semi-final at this high level at this Master 1000 event, and he's playing in his home country. He has the fans who cheers on him, so obviously the crowd is on his side, and he has defeated 2 top 10 players on his way to the semi-finals. Dominic Thiem first, which he defeated in the 4th round, and then in the quarterfinal he defeated Andrei Rublev. So in both of these 2 matches, Lorenzo Sonego, he came back after losing the first set, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think he lost the first set both against Thiem and against Rublev, and he came back and in the end took them down, both of them. So that Lorenzo Sonego has really done an impressive run. So I had a feeling that he will give Novak Djokovic a run for his money, and he did. He took Novak Djokovic to 3 sets, but all in all, Novak was actually a much better player, especially the first and the third set. The only set that was really close here was, of course, the second set, because Novak Djokovic's performance against Lorenzo, man, it was impressive. It was a long time I've seen Novak Djokovic being this impressive. This performance was even more impressive than that performance against Tsitsipas earlier today, because Novak played 2 matches in the same day. The same thing was the case was the same for Lorenzo Sonego. He also played 2 matches in the same day. Obviously because of the rain delay we had on Friday. And Novak Djokovic, I thought Novak looked pretty good against Tsitsipas, pretty good, not superior. But against Lorenzo Sonego, he looked even better. He maybe looked superior, especially the first and the third set. Man, he didn't know how to do unforced errors in the first and the third set. The majority of Novak Djokovic errors, they came in the second set, where Lorenzo Sonego raised his level, he started to return better, he started to serve better, he started to play better baseline game. But in the first and the third set, Lorenzo Sonego didn't stand a chance. Novak Djokovic was holding his serve comfortably, especially the first set. where Lorenzo Sonego didn't see any breakpoint opportunities. So Novak Djokovic won the first set 6-3. He broke Lorenzo Sonego's serve one time in that first set, and that was enough. He didn't need more. And then in the second set, obviously Novak was a break up, and he was a break up. Lorenzo Sonego, actually, and Novak was serving for the match. No, first of all, Lorenzo Sonego had 2 set points in that 5-4 game, in that 10th game of the match. He had 2 set points, Lorenzo Sonego. Novak, of course, the clutch monster that he is, he comes up with the goods and he saves those 2 set points in that 10th game in the second set that Lorenzo Sonego has. And Novak takes the match to 5-all. And then Novak Djokovic breaks Lorenzo Sonego's serve for the first time in the second set, for the second time in the match. And then Novak was serving for the match in that 12th game, in that 6-5 game, and actually had 2 match points. He played that 12th game in the second set was Novak Djokovic's worst game of the match. If Novak did one really bad game in the entire match against Lorenzo Sonego, it was in that 12th game in the second set when he was trying to serve out the match. And he didn't convert those 2 match points against Lorenzo Sonego, and Lorenzo Sonego took that second set to tiebreak, and then Lorenzo Sonego was just a little stronger, the more consistent player in that tiebreak, won that tiebreak 7-5. After actually Novak was up in the lead 4-2, Lorenzo Sonego wins 4 straight points, has 6-4, then Novak takes it to 6-5, and then Lorenzo Sonego wins the tiebreak 7-5 with a big serve which Novak Djokovic cannot return into the court. And then the third set, to be quite honest, I never was worried that Djokovic would lose this match. I swear that to you guys. I was watching this match with my dad, and my dad was pumped up. He said, "Oh, maybe this journeyman from Italy will defeat Novak Djokovic." I said, "Take it easy, Dad. He will not defeat Novak Djokovic. Djokovic's level. This is probably Djokovic's best match I have seen him in the entire week. Yeah, he has played some good matches before in the week as well against David Fokina. He was pretty good there too, but." Against this kind of opponent who is probably in the shape of his life like Lorenzo Sonego is, this has been Novak Djokovic's best performance in the entire week. Trust me, guys. And I said to my dad, Novak will win the third set. I guarantee you that. And Novak did. Won the third set 6-2, breaks Lorenzo Sonego's serve 2 times. The only time Novak was in trouble in that third set was the first game of the third set, where Lorenzo Sonego had a love 40 game. But Novak Djokovic once again comes up with the goods and wins 5 straight points, and wins that game 1-1. And then a couple of games later, he breaks Lorenzo's serve for the first time in that third set, and then also breaks Lorenzo Sonego's serve for the second time in the third set, when he finally wins the match 6-2. All in all, Novak breaks Lorenzo Sonego's serve 4 times, 1 time in the first set, 1 time in the second set, and 2 times in the third set. Lorenzo Sonego breaks Novak Djokovic's serve only 1 time the entire match. And that time was when Novak was trying to serve out the match in that second set, 12th game. Novak did a really impressive performance from Novak Djokovic. 34 winners, my God, and only 19 unforced errors. Novak does 15 more winners than unforced errors. 15 more. 34 winners, that is impressive stuff. Lorenzo Sonego didn't do a bad match himself. He does 33 winners and 31 unforced errors. But in the end of the day, Novak does so many less unforced errors. Because if you look at the winners stat, it is similar. Novak does 34 winners, Sonego does 33 winners. But if you look at the unforced errors stat, it's not similar whatsoever. Novak does only 19 unforced errors. Lorenzo Sonego does 31 on first errors. Novak Djokovic serves great, 69% first serves in. That is really good number. And he wins 79% of those first serves in. 79. Novak Djokovic did a great match on the surplus points. A great match. It was a really, really long time ago. I don't remember when I've seen Novak Djokovic do this kind of a great surplus points match. Really, I don't remember. It is a really long time ago. He did a great surplus point match. And you who don't understand this, what surplus point means, is when you land the first serve and doing damage immediately. Novak Djokovic did a tremendous good job, which he doesn't do that all the time. He doesn't have that firepower like Nadal, Tsitsipas, Thiem, or Federer. So, but in this match, he really, really did really good damage on the surplus points. So he won 79% behind those first serves in, and landing 69% first serves in, and won 59% behind the second serve. Compare that with Lorenzo Sonego, who landed 71% first serves in, which is pretty good as well. Over 70%, it is really good serving from Sonego. But Sonego wins only 63% behind his first serves in. So that is a big difference. So Novak Djokovic wins 79, Lorenzo Sonego wins 63% behind his first serves, and 55% behind the second serves. So, and if you look at all the points won, Novak Djokovic wins 108 points, Lorenzo Sonego wins 86 points. So Novak Djokovic wins 22 more points than Lorenzo Sonego. So this match is actually not that close like it looks like, because Novak Djokovic was much better than Lorenzo Sonego, at least in the first and in the third set. The only close set that was here was the second set, and this match should never have been a 3-setter. This match should have been over in 2 straight sets for Novak Djokovic. 6-3. 7-5, because Novak won the first set 6-3, and he should have served out this match 7-5 in the second set. Alright guys, enough about the semifinals. Now let's go ahead and preview the final between Rafael Nadal versus Novak Djokovic. The head-to-head is 29-27 to Novak Djokovic, so Novak Djokovic is leading that head-to-head. The head-to-head is history. That doesn't mean anything. It means something, but it is a new match tomorrow. But anyway, the head-to-head is 29-27 to Novak Djokovic's favor. If you look at the clay court encounters that they have had, these two titans, it is 18-7 to Rafael Nadal's favor. So Novak Djokovic is the player who has defeated Rafael Nadal most times on clay. 7 times. Nobody has defeated Novak Djokovic more times on clay than the Serbinator has done. Nobody. And nobody has defeated Rafael Nadal more times in all surfaces like Novak Djokovic has done. 29 times, if you count all the surfaces. So obviously Novak Djokovic is Rafael Nadal's biggest rival. If somebody says that Roger Federer is, he is lying, or she is lying. If somebody says that Dominic Thiem is, he is lying or she is lying. Rafael Nadal's biggest rival is Novak Djokovic, nobody else. Novak Djokovic is the only human being who has defeated Rafael Nadal in all the Grand Slams. He has defeated him in Australian Open, he has defeated him in French Open, he has defeated him in Wimbledon, and he has defeated him in US Open. Nobody has done that. Unbelievable achievement. Nobody. Novak is the only one. So, considering all this, of course, Rafael Nadal will not have an easy time tomorrow. He will not have. But if you look at the latest clay court battles that they have had against each other, if you look, last time Novak defeated Rafael Nadal on a clay court match was actually 5 years ago, 2016, in this specific tournament, Rome, in a quarterfinal. So it was a long time ago Novak Djokovic defeated Rafael Nadal on clay. And since then, they have actually faced each other on clay 4 times. In 4 times every single year, actually. 2017, Rafael Nadal defeats him in straight sets. In a 3-set match, not a 5-set match, in straight set. 2-0. 2018, Rafael Nadal defeats Novak Djokovic once again in straight sets on clay in a 3-set match. 2 sets, it was a 2-set match. Straight sets, victory for Rafael Nadal, 2018. 2019, in this particular tournament, Rome final, Rafael Nadal defeats Novak Djokovic in 3 sets. I remember 2 years ago in this particular tournament, Rafael Nadal bagged Novak Djokovic 6-love in the first set, if I'm not mistaken, and then Novak wins the second set 6-4. And everybody thought that, oh, maybe this will be a close battle in the third. No, it was not. Rafael Nadal gave Novak the breadstick in the third set, 6-1. The 2019 Rome final. And then, like we all remember, 6, 7, 8 months ago, 2020, in that French Open final where Rafael Nadal completely destroys Novak Djokovic. In that French Open final, 3-love, 6-love, 6-2, 7-5. Gives Novak Djokovic only 7 games. And now they will face each other in this Rome final tomorrow. Man, this is not an easy one for me to predict. It is not, guys. You know, guys, predicting tennis matches, it is always a challenge. It is because the margins are laser thin. It can really go either way in many matches, and 1 point here and there makes a difference. But the most challenging thing to predict and to preview is, of course, always the finals, especially when 2 of the GOATs go against each other, because Novak Djokovic and Rafael Nadal are 2 of the greatest tennis players of all time, together with Roger Federer, of course. So it is never easy predicting when these 2 players go against each other toe to toe. Last time when I did a preview when these 2 clashed against each other 7, 8 months ago in French Open, in that French Open final, you will follow my channel, I predicted that Novak would defeat Rafael Nadal in 5 sets, 3-2. I was deadly wrong. Rafael Nadal proved me deadly wrong. He completely destroyed Novak Djokovic. So how will this match go this time around? Look, guys, first of all, Rafael Nadal is not playing great tennis as he did in French Open. At least not in my opinion. He's playing good tennis, but he's not playing as great tennis as he did 7, 8 months ago. Especially he was serving better 7, 8 months ago, and he was hitting his cross-court backhand better 7, 8 months ago, and maybe even he was returning better 7, 8 months ago when he won that French Open title, his 13th French Open, without dropping 1 single set, and destroyed Djokovic in that final. Rafael Nadal is not playing that great of a tennis. He's not in the same level today like he was 8 months ago. He's not. I'm seeing that with my eyes. Novak Djokovic, he has had a pretty complicated clay court season so far. He went early, pretty easy in Monte Carlo. He lost in the semifinals against Karachev in his own country, Belgrade. So Novak Djokovic has not been superior on this clay court season so far. But this Rome tournament that I've seen him, this has been the best Novak Djokovic clay court tournament I've seen. He's playing much better in this Rome tournament than he did in Monte Carlo, than he did in Belgrade. That's for sure. What Novak Djokovic did today, playing 4 sets, 2 sets against Tsitsipas, 5 sets, 2 sets against Tsitsipas today, Saturday, and 3 sets against Lorenzo Sonego is just crazy. It is crazy. And he wins 4 of these 5 sets that he has played in the same day. If you count the 2 sets, if you count the 1 set and a half that he played on Friday against Tsitsipas, 6 sets played in over 2 days, he wins 4 of these sets. Novak Djokovic is a terminator mentally. He really is. The difference between Novak Djokovic and Roger Federer, it is mostly mental. It is mostly mental. When Roger Federer doesn't capitalize his match points when he has them, 9 out of 10 times he will lose the match 50 minutes later, or 1 hour later, or 30 minutes later. He will lose the match if Roger Federer will not capitalize his first match points that he has. We have seen it many times in Roger Federer's career. When Novak Djokovic doesn't capitalize his first match points and the match goes longer, goes to another set, he will win anyway. Like he did against Tsitsipas, I remember last year in French Open semi-final. He didn't capitalize his first match points in that third set. And then Tsitsipas took the match to a fifth set, but in the end, Novak won anyway. And he did the same against Lorenzo Sonego. Because Novak Djokovic mentally, he is a beast. Roger Federer does not even come close Novak Djokovic mentally. And if you guys say something else, then you're lying. Don't come here and lie, guys, because I don't like liars. Novak Djokovic to me is the strongest player mentally that I have ever seen in my life. Rafael Nadal can challenge him mentally, but Rafael Nadal is not as strong as Novak Djokovic mentally. He's second close. He's second close, but the strongest player mentally is Novak Djokovic that I've ever seen. Anyway, now we'll face Rafael Nadal. Good, look guys, Novak Djokovic, if he plays like he did in the first set and the third set against Sonego, he will take Rafael Nadal down tomorrow. I am pretty convinced about that. He will take Rafael Nadal down. If he plays like he did in the first and the third set, he will take Rafael Nadal down. It was tremendous good tennis from Novak Djokovic in the first and third set, like he played against Sonego. But if Novak plays like he did in the second set, Rafa will win. Rafa will win. Rafa will not let Novak Djokovic come away like he played against Sonego in the second set. Against Sonego in the second set, Novak was passive. He was waiting for Sonego to do unforced errors. Sonego didn't do so many unforced errors in the second set, and Sonego took that second set. Especially when Novak was serving for the match, Novak was just waiting for Sonego to miss. He was not creative at all. So if Novak is passive against Nadal tomorrow, like he was against Sonego in the second set, Novak will for sure lose. He will for sure lose. Rafa, this will be a battle who will dictate the points. This will be a battle who will serve better, who will return better, and who will take charge from the baseline. Who will dictate one each other. Who will play closer to the baseline. If Novak Djokovic goes to that goalkeeper mode, he will not win this final. I swear that you guys, he will not. Novak Djokovic's chance is to play offensive tennis, to go for the lines, to hit the ball pretty flat, not with much spin, because if you give Rafa time, he will never hit through Rafa. Rafa moves much better than Sonego. Rafa moves much better than Tsitsipas. Novak Djokovic, he needs to have less RPM on the ball to make sure Rafa Nadal doesn't get to those balls. Novak Djokovic needs to have great depth, which he has had the entire tournament in this round so far. If Novak plays short, he will be toast. So Novak's keys is to serve good, return good, take charge from baseline, and not play passive, and not be passive, not go in the goalkeeper mode. Rafa Nadal's keys are, like Rafa Nadal is, he needs to serve good, which he has done the last two matches, 72% first serves against Zverev, 75% first serves against Rado Pelka. So he needs to keep serving this good, Rafa Nadal. If Rafa Nadal goes in those 60 to 65% landing first serves in, like we have seen him in this season before the Zverev and Opelka match, Rafa will not win this match. Rafa needs to be over 65% in landing first serves in. If Rafa is under 65% landing first serves in, he will not win this final. Novak Djokovic is much better now than he was at French Open 7-8 months ago, especially offensively. I am seeing a much more dangerous Novak Djokovic offensively these times around than 8 months ago when they last faced each other in that French Open final. So Rafa Nadal, he needs to make sure to have a lot of first serves in. And then Rafa Nadal needs to make sure to dictate the points. Rafa cannot be passive either. If Rafa also becomes passive, which he also can become sometimes, he will be toast as well. So this will be a battle who will dictate the rallies, who will take charge of the baseline. This will be a baseline challenge, who will take charge of the baseline. The player who plays closer to the baseline will win the match. And this will be also a match about who will be the braver one. The player who is the braver one, he will win this final. This also will be decided about who will defend best, who will cover the court best. These two, both of these two are great defensive players. Nobody covers the court better than Rafael Nadal and Novak Djokovic. Nobody moves better than Rafael Nadal and Novak Djokovic on a tennis court. So this will be also a battle about who covers the court best. And also a big factor will be who will transit his defensive game to an offensive game in a couple of seconds. Who will do that transition best? Who will go from defensive mode to offensive mode in a couple of seconds? Djokovic or Nadal? When I think about all this, who will dictate? Who will be better defensive? Who will be better offensive? Who will be better in the short rallies, 1 to 4 shots? Who will be the braver one? I can only think about one name. And it is Rafael Nadal. He defends better than Novak Djokovic, especially on clay. His offensive skills are better than Novak Djokovic, especially on clay. He dictates better than Novak Djokovic, especially on clay. He doesn't like to be a goalkeeper, Rafael Nadal. Rafael Nadal, he mostly times is goals. When we see Rafael Nadal being passive, it is mostly times in other surfaces like hard courts and grass, especially hard courts. But on clay, Rafael Nadal doesn't like to be passive, especially against Novak, because he knows if he's passive against Novak, he will be toast. And who will be the bravest player? I believe that Rafael Nadal will be the bravest player. When the big points will arrive, I believe Rafael Nadal will be the player who will go more for his shots. And in the end, I think this will be the main. These 5 reasons that I mentioned will go in Rafa's favor. And in the end, I think Rafa will win this final in 3 sets. That is my prediction, guys. I'm not giving Rafa Nadal much edge here. I swear that to God. I don't care that Djokovic has not defeated Rafa Nadal in 5 years on clay. I don't care about that. All this is history. I don't care that Novak Djokovic since he defeated Rafa Nadal in that match in Rome 2016, in all those other 4 meetings on clay, Djokovic has actually taken only 1 set from Rafa Nadal, and that was in that 2019 Rome final. I don't care about that. I have been bloody impressed from Novak Djokovic's game, especially against Tsitsipas and against Lorenzo Sonego. He defeated really 2 good players. I swear that to you guys. So I will not give Rafa Nadal much edge here. I will give Rafa Nadal 51% winning chances and Novak Djokovic 49% winning chances. I will not be shocked at all if Novak Djokovic defeats Rafa Nadal for the first time in 5 years on clay. I really want to be shocked. If Djokovic plays like he did in the first and the third set against Lorenzo Sonego, he will take down Rafa Nadal. He will do that. Djokovic is a better server than Rafa Nadal. Even if Djokovic lands less first serve than Rafa Nadal, he has a more powerful serve than Rafa Nadal. He finds the spots better than Rafa Nadal. So that can be an indicator if Novak wins the match. Djokovic has a better serve than Rafa Nadal. Djokovic has better returner than Rafa. He has better returns than Rafa Nadal. My God, Djokovic was making almost every single return that Lorenzo Sonego was throwing at him. He was making almost every single return. Rafa Nadal, if he wants to be successful tomorrow, which he of course wants to be, he needs to be smart. If I was Rafa Nadal and if I was his coach, I would say to Rafa Nadal, serve towards Novak Djokovic forehand. Because Novak Djokovic almost never misses backhand returns. Almost never misses. But sometimes he can miss forehand returns. So if Rafa Nadal, I hope he has done his homework, and I am really curious to see where Rafa Nadal will serve tomorrow. Will it be more against Novak Djokovic's backhand side, or will it be more against Novak Djokovic's forehand side? If I was Rafa's coach, I would tell Rafa to serve towards Novak Djokovic's forehand side more, because Novak Djokovic almost never misses returns. But when he rarely misses, he does that often with his forehand, not with his backhand. And another thing that Rafael needs to do, he needs to lob his balls, he needs to play those banana balls up high on Novak's shoulder. Novak Djokovic has one of the greatest backhands of all time, but Novak Djokovic doesn't hit his backhand as great as he did 5-10 years ago. He's still hitting his backhand really good, but he can do errors with his backhand, at least much more than he did 5-10 years ago. And hitting backhands up in the shoulders, up here, it is really difficult. It is easier taking it with double-handed backhand, of course, than doing that with one single-handed. Just ask Roger Federer. But even with a double-handed backhand, if Rafa has great depth, if he finds that corner and Novak Djokovic is pushed back 2, 3, 4 meters behind the baseline, hitting double-handed backhands, it is a nightmare. So Rafa's tactic, I know he will have really great RPA on the ball up in Novak Djokovic's shoulder. He will, I believe now, Rafa will serve a lot of serves towards Novak Djokovic's forehand, because Rafa is smart. If I can see that Novak sometimes misses returns with his forehand, at least more times than what he does with his backhand, if I can see that, Rafa and his team also can see that. So Rafa's game plan will be looping those balls up in Novak Djokovic's backhand shoulders and pushing him back as much as he can, so Novak cannot do damage with his backhand when he's pushed back 3-4 meters behind the baseline. He will serve as much as possible towards Novak Djokovic's forehand side, and he will try to dictate, he will try to play close to the baseline. That will be Rafael Nadal's biggest game plan. Serve to Novak Djokovic's forehand side, have a big RPA on the ball towards Novak Djokovic's backhand side, and dictate the points, dictate the rallies close to the baseline. That will be Rafa Nadal's game plan. I know that Rafa will not be passive tomorrow, because if Rafa is passive, then he's stupid, then he will lose. You cannot be passive, you cannot let Novak Djokovic dictate the points. Novak Djokovic's game plan, what will it be? Yeah, Novak Djokovic's game plan will be, he also will try to play close to the baseline, kiss that baseline. He cannot go in a goalkeeper mode, because if he defends a lot, Rafa Nadal will not let him out of his jaws. He will just not let him out of his jaws. So Novak will also try to play close to the baseline. Novak will try to hit through Rafa Nadal. Novak will challenge Rafa Nadal's forehand side, because Novak is not afraid in challenging Rafa Nadal's forehand side, especially with his backhand. Not many players who can challenge Novak Djokovic, Rafa Nadal's forehand. So Novak Djokovic will go and attack Rafa Nadal's forehand with his backhand, and he sometimes also, of course, will go down the line. And Novak Djokovic will try to have a really great depth. This will be Novak Djokovic's big 3 keys. Dictating the points, playing close to the baseline, not letting that baseline, kissing that baseline, challenging Rafa Nadal's forehand side with his cross-court backhand and going back down the line with his backhand as well, and trying to have great depth. The depth is a big key for Novak. If Novak doesn't have great depth tomorrow, he will never win the match. You cannot give Rafa Nadal short points. If you do that, he will kill you. He will kill you with that forehand. Rafa Nadal has a murderous good forehand. But when I consider all this, I think Rafa Nadal will execute the game plan better than Novak Djokovic. He just will. Rafa Nadal, he will execute the game plan better. I don't think Rafa Nadal will have many letdowns during the match. I know Novak, he can have letdowns sometimes. He can disappear for 10, 15 minutes, even for a half hour, like he did little against Lorenzo Sonego in that second set. Rafa Nadal, he knows he cannot disappear. He cannot go on vacation. He needs to be in the match the entire time. He cannot have letdowns, because if he have letdowns, if he give Novak Djokovic the finger, Novak Djokovic will take his soul. So in the end of the day, I think that Rafael Nadal, he will just be the more consistent player. He will be the more solid player. He will just do more damage in the short rallies. His transition game from defense to offense will be better than Novak Djokovic. And in the end of the day, I think that will be the main factor that why Rafa Nadal will win. I just think Rafa Nadal will execute his game plan better than Novak Djokovic. But maybe I will be wrong. I will not be surprised if Novak Djokovic proves me wrong. But I will say Rafa Nadal 51% winning chances, Novak Djokovic 49% winning chance, 49% winning chances. Rafa Nadal wins in 3 sets and wins his 10th Rome title in 2021. Double digit. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and see you next time. Peace.